Good morning. In this video, we are going to continue with Chapter 7 Coordinate Geometry. Exercise 7.1, question number 6. Name the type of quadrilateral formed, if any, by the following points and give reasons for your answer. We'll do the third part. The points are 4, 5, 7, 6, 4, 3 and 1, 2. So first we'll name the points A, B, C and D and write the distance formula. First we'll find the distance between the points A and B. Substituting in the distance formula, we get the distance of AB to be root 10. Similarly, we find the distance between B and C and we get the answer as root 18 and the distance CD is root 10. Continuing the same way, we find the distance of the fourth side AD to be root 18. Now, to determine what kind of quadrilateral, we need to find the distance of their diagonals also. So, first we'll find diagonal AC and the distance is found to be 2 units. Now, we'll find the distance of the second diagonal BD and the length of the diagonal is 13 root 2. Now, using all the above answers, we can observe that opposite sides of this quadrilateral are equal, but their diagonals are of different lengths. So, the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Next, we move on to question number 7. Find the point on x-axis which is equidistant from 2, -5 and -2, 9. Let us name the points A and B. We have to find a point on x-axis and we know that a point on x-axis is denoted by x, 0. Let us name that to be P. And that point P must be equidistant. That means equal distance from A and B. So let us first write the distance formula and then find the distance between A and P. P has a value x in it. It's okay. We will substitute in the distance formula as x itself. Continuing the same way, we find an expression in x for the distance BP, given that AP is equal to BP. So, root of x minus 2 the whole square plus 5 square is equal to root of x plus 2 the whole square plus 9 square. Let us square on both the sides. So, we get x minus 2 the whole square plus 5 square is equal to x plus 2 the whole square plus 9 square. In the next step, taking the square, 5 square 25, 9 square 81. The next step, we'll open x minus 2 the whole square and x plus 2 the whole square. Then x square and x square will get cancelled. 4 and 4 on both the sides will also get cancelled. We are left with 8x equal to 25 minus 81 after taking all the x terms to one side and all the constants to the other side of the equation. So, 8x is minus 56 and therefore x is minus 7. Now you have to write it in ordered pair. So hence the points equidistant from the given points on the x-axis is -7, 0. Now let us see question number 8. Find the values of y for which the distance between the points P 2, -3 and Q 10, y is 10 units. So in this question, the distance is given to us and one point is also given to us. One coordinate of the second point is missing. We have to find that. So first, we'll write the distance formula and then substitute it. To find PQ is equal to root of 10 minus 2 the whole square plus y minus -3 the whole square is equal to 10. The answer is given to us. Solving, we'll get 8 square plus y plus 3 the whole square root is equal to 10. Squaring on both the sides, 64 plus y plus 3 the whole square is 100. So y plus 3 the whole square is 36. No need to open the square. We leave it as such. Take the root. So y plus 3 is plus or minus 6. Don't write only 6. It is plus or minus 6. So that means y plus 3 can be 6 or y plus 3 can be minus 6. That is, y can be 3 or y can be minus 9. Now in this question, note that you are not going to get a single answer. You have two answers, two possible points for which the distance can be 10 units. Now question number 10. Find a relation between x and y such that the point xy is equidistant from the point 3, 6 and -3, 4. We have seen a similar question in question number 7, but in that the point was on x-axis. So we had to find only one coordinate. But in this question, we have to find both the coordinates. And note that the question says find the relation, not find the point. We'll find out why. So for the solution, first let us name the points A, B and P be the point which we have to find x, y. Then we write the distance formula and it's given that PA equal to PB, equidistant. Squaring on both the sides, PA square is equal to PB square. We are writing it in the beginning because we needn't take the square root for this question. So, substituting the values and opening the squares, we get x square minus 6x plus 9 plus y square minus 12y plus 36 equal to x square plus 6x plus 9 plus y square minus 8y plus 16. Cancelling x square, y square plus 9, we'll get 36 minus 6x minus 12y is equal to 16 plus 6x minus 8y. Taking all the expressions on one side, 12x plus 4y minus 20 equal to 0. Throughout we can divide by 4. So we get 3x plus y minus 5 equal to 0. So we are not getting a single point as an answer here. We are getting equation of a line, isn't it? So that is why the question mentions find a relation. Wherein you have to find 2 points, we can find only a relation, not the exact points. Because these points will be equidistant from a line. All the points on this line will be equidistant from the point A and B. come to the end of this session. These are the homework. Exercise 7.1, question number 5, question 6, first part and second part, and question number 9. Thank you. Good morning. In this video, we are going to continue with chapter 7, coordinate geometry. In today's session, we are going to see section formula. When a line segment is divided by a point in a fixed ratio, this formula enables us to find that point. For this, let us consider 2 points A x1 y1 and B x2 y2 and assume P xy divides it in the ratio m1 is to m2. Okay, we will draw perpendiculars AR, PS, BT to the x-axis and draw AQ and PC parallel to the x-axis. By AA similarity criterion for the triangles PAQ and BPC, we can write them in the ratios. And AQ is equal to x minus x1, PC x2 minus x, PQ y minus y1, BC y2 minus y. If we substitute those values in equation 1, which is our ratio, then we get m1 by m2 is equal to x minus x1 by x2 minus x, which is equal to y minus y1 by y2 minus y. Let us take the x alone and solve. So m1 by m2 is equal to x minus x1 by x2 minus x. Cross multiplying, opening the bracket and then taking x on one side, we'll get x is equal to m1 x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2. Same way, if we are solving for the y coordinate, we will get y is equal to m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. These 2 points are the points P, x, y. This is known as the section formula. Now, instead of m1 is to m2, suppose P divides AB in the ratio k is to 1. Then, wherever m1 is there in the formula, we'll substitute k, and for m2, we'll substitute 1. So, we'll get the formula kx2 plus x1 by k plus 1, ky2 plus y1 by k plus 1. We use this formula in the questions where we have to find the ratio and the points are given to us. Now we move on to the special case of the section formula. That is, if P is a midpoint. So it will divide the line segment in the ratio 1 is to 1. So wherever m1 and m2, we'll substitute 1 and we get a very simple formula x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. It is commonly known as midpoint formula. Now let us move on to exercise 7.2. Question number 2. Find the coordinates of the points of trisection of the line segment joining 4, -1 and -2, -3. So we have 2 points. Let us name them A and B. And this line segment is trisected. That means divided into 3 equal parts. So let's take P and Q to be the point which trisects. Okay. In the figure, we can see AP is one part, PQ is one part, and QB is the third part. All are equal, trisected, always equal parts. So AP equal to PQ equal to QB. And Q divides the whole of AB in AP is one part, PQ is one part. So total AQ is 2 part and QB is 1 part. That is, Q divides AB in the ratio 2:1. That is our M1 is to M2. Next, we write the section formula. And for M1, M2, we give the value 2 and 1. And our x1, y1, x2, y2 are the values of the points A and B. Substituting in the formula, writing x coordinate and y coordinate separately, we get Q is equal to 0, minus 7 by 3. Whenever we have a question of trisection, one point we find by using the ratio 2:1 and the other point we find by midpoint theorem, because each and every part is equal. So AP equal to PQ, that means P is the midpoint of AQ. Because midpoint formula is easier compared to section formula, we will use this method. In this formula, our x1, y1 are the point A and x2, y2 are the point Q, because P is the midpoint of A and Q. So we'll substitute the values in the midpoint formula and we get P to be 2, minus 5 by 3. Hence, the points of trisection are P 2, minus 5 by 3 and Q 0, minus 7 by 3. With this, we have reached the end of this session and your homework will be examples 6, 7 and 8 and exercise 7.2, question number 1 and question number 3. Thank you.